to see you there. Thank you for tuning in to this week's Greaser Garage Dirty Daily Driver. This week, we're going to be working on this 2007 Ford Taurus. The heater motor, or heater blower motor in this car, stopped working, so we're going to replace it. I want to bring you guys along for the ride. Okay, just before we dive into it, I'll take you through the stuff that we're going to need before we start working. First and foremost, we're going to need a fan with a blower cage provided by our friends at Rock Auto. Still fishing for a sponsor, by the way, hint hint. Also, to make our life a little easier here, we're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers. We're going to use these for the fuses if we have to change them. An 8mm socket, a socket ratchet driver, a whole mess of extenders, and just for time and ease, we're going to use a cordless impact because we're feeling lazy and we're not feeling like messing around with busted knuckles and a whole whack of ratcheting. Okay, now that we're in the passenger well here, we're going to locate where the fan blower is located, which is up in here, and we got to remove this protective shroud so we can have access to the inside. There's a couple of snaps in here which you're going to have to pull out, and then this whole panel will come free. Okay, so we're in the guts here. We're going to locate the main plug, which is the power supply for the fan. We got to disconnect it, which is just a simple little snap here, and pry her right apart. Now that she's isolated, we can commence with removing the screws that hold it in place. Okay, to make our life a little bit easier, what we're going to do is remove the glove box as well, or at least open it up so we can get a top view. Okay, so we're opening the box. We push these little tabs together here to let it clear the walls. There's one on each side, and that just affords us a better view of the inside of what we're dealing with here. Okay, we got the ratchet on there, and we're just going to extract that screw. And it's stubborn. There we go. Pro tip when you're working on Fords is make sure you have all of the screws accounted for and keep them in a safe place until the very end. Okay, we're just going to close the box up temporarily to get it out of our way, and now we can gently pull out the blower fan. Come on. There we go. Well, as you can see, there's a beautiful chunk of ice here, which is kind of impeding the fan's progress. Now, that leads me to two problems. One, you shouldn't have ice inside your vehicle, and two, this fan's pretty well done. Okay, we're ready to put the new fan back into the car, and what you want to do is take note of this flat portion here. It indexes with the flat portion inside the fan mount. So this really is just a one-directional fit. There's no way to really mess up orientation. Just move these wires out of the way and start trying to feed it in. A little twist here, there, a little quicker. Alright, she's ready for the first screw. Now you want to be careful you don't go too tight, otherwise you could snap the plastic retainers. Working on cars may not always be comfortable, but it is always rewarding. Well, now all we got to do is plug her in. Okay, might be a little hard for you to see, and I apologize, but we line that plug up and we just slide her right back in. Make sure it's set, locked, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to open up the fuse panel here, which only came open this easy because I struggled with it for 15 minutes before the cameras turned on. And we're going to look for fuse number 8, which I know from working on this car previously, and we're going to replace it. Your car may just be a blower motor, but I know for a fact that this one is also a blown fuse. Okay. Putting in this new fuse, happy days. While I'm down here, I'm gonna put the lid back on. I don't know if this is making for good video or not, but hopefully it is edumacation. Happy day. Oh. Okay, only thing left to do now, put the car to power and see if the fan will turn on. Happy days. Oh hey, you're still here. Well, I just wanted to say thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Greaser Garage, Dirty Daily Drivers, Ford Taurus edition. I'm going to head out and grab a coffee and work out a couple of the kinks that I working on this car, and we'll see you next week. Okay, I guess that's enough take. Oh. Bloody hell. Ooh.
Once again, proper disposal.